are potentially one gunman armed with a long gun, potentially near the back of the store. We can get some lots.
I heard gunshots, so I went straight to the bathrooms. It's right there.
Inside the building.
I need you to sit up and surrender to the officers.
I thought he was going to shoot my son.
Into this, there was one man that was led away in handcuffs, but
We know of 10 fatalities at the scene, including one of our Boulder PD officers. Police officers' actions fell nothing short of being heroic.
Sounds and images from a horrific day in Boulder, Colorado. That, again, is our top story tonight. We want to thank you for joining us here on NewsNation Prime. I'm Marnie Hughes.
And I'm Rob Nelson. The nation's deadliest mass shooting since a 2019 attack at an El Paso Walmart. In all, 10 people were killed, including the first police officer who got to that scene, as authorities tonight continue to search for a motive behind the deadly rampage. The suspect in all of this, the man you see there, 21-year-old Ahmad Alisa, allegedly opened fire inside and outside that grocery store, sending people hiding and escaping out of the loading dock. New tonight, court documents showing Alisa recently purchased an assault weapon just 6 days ago. Authorities, though, say they believe he did act alone.
Tonight, we're also learning more about the victims, shoppers, store employees, and Officer Eric Talley, an 11-year veteran of the Boulder Police Force. It comes as the president is now calling on Congress to pass gun legislation, including an assault weapons ban. We have a lot to get to tonight on News Nation, a story that has the nation's attention tonight, and we will be speaking live with the mayor of Boulder, Colorado in just a moment. But first, we begin with Bruce Hurdle, live outside the King Soopers grocery store with the very latest on the investigation.
Marnie, the day after in Colorado, where the shock and the horror of yesterday has given way to profound sadness as the city of Boulder, Colorado comes to grips with the reality of being a part of a growing American epidemic. 10 lives lost, 10 families and a community torn apart. The victims, for the most part, just out grocery shopping, ranging in age from 20 to 65. Including Boulder police officer Eric Talley, an 11-year veteran of the force and father of 7.
He thought he'd be coming home to his family and his 7 children. But when the moment the act came, Officer Tully did not hesitate in his duty, making the ultimate sacrifice in his effort to save lives. That's a definition of an American hero.
21-year-old suspect Ahmad Alisa, a former high school wrestler from nearby Arvada, is in custody and faces 10 counts of first-degree murder.
And we are going to do everything in our power to make sure this suspect has a thorough trial.
The shooting in Boulder, an idyllic university town just northwest of Denver, is the latest of 3 mass shootings over the last 22 years in Colorado, and is the second such shooting in the U.S. in less than a week.
We are heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken, for the pain and the anguish that so many in our community and across our state are feeling today.
The subject is scheduled for his first appearance in court here in Boulder on Thursday. In Boulder, Colorado, I'm Bruce Hurdle.
Bruce, thank you. It has been heartbreak 2 days in a row for the Boulder community, and joining us tonight is Sam Weaver. He is the mayor of Boulder. Mayor Weaver, we thank you for taking the time to join us tonight. And first of all, our condolences to you and all of those who have been lost in your community.
Thank you, Marnie.
I know that you have been a first responder, a volunteer firefighter in the past, in addition to being the mayor of Boulder. Your reaction to what has happened there and what we all witnessed yesterday unfold?
Well, it was horrific, right? There's no good things you can say about it, except that the bravery that was shown by the first responders is something that can inspire us all. As you say, I have been a first responder in the past, and I know how chaotic these events are, and especially at the first when things are unfolding and people arrive, it's unclear what the right course of action is. And the very brave police officer, Eric Talley, went into danger and made the ultimate sacrifice, unfortunately. So, my heart goes out to him and his family and to the families of all the victims. It's a horrifying event. There's really no good things to say about it. Our community will come together and recover, but it is a very sad day in Boulder.
And Mayor, as you know, Boulder is a tight-knit community of about 100,000 people. Did you know anyone personally affected by the tragedy yesterday?
I did not personally. One of the people who was killed is a member of our Beverage Licensing Authority, which is essentially our liquor licensing board. That's Kevin Mahoney. So I had been part of appointing him to his position, but that's the only direct contact I had had with any of the people who were killed.
Mayor, our focus tonight obviously is on the victims and remembering and honoring them, and also what your community is doing to prevent this, as many communities are doing tonight, looking at things that can be put into place. Gun legislation after events like this always, though, rises to the top of the conversation. And we have learned that the suspect purchased an assault weapon in Colorado 6 days ago. We also know 3 years ago the city of Boulder voted to ban assault weapons. That recently changed. Where do you stand on that right now, and why did that change?
Well, it changed because a Colorado district judge overturned our ordinance. So we did pass that ordinance in 2018, and it is an ordinance that applies in the city of Boulder that says you cannot possess magazines over 10 rounds and weapons that were defined as assault weapons as we define them. And the unfortunate thing, of course, is that overturning our ban sends the wrong message. I do not know and doubt that the ban itself would have prevented this act of violence, because I think there's systemic failures on two ends. We don't do a good enough job of recognizing people at risk of mental health breakdowns, and so we do not do as good a job as we could intercepting people who might be violent, and then we don't do a very good job at controlling access to murderous weapons like the killer used. So our message to our legislators at the state level is let us do this. The ruling, our ordinance was overturned because the state restricts us from being able to ban these weapons. And so we have turned to our state legislature and said, now can we please have the permission to do that? And as you heard from President Biden today, the federal government will take up potentially reinstating the assault weapons ban that was in place for 10 years. And that's the level that these kind of laws need to be passed at, the federal and state level.
And Mayor, we're almost out of time tonight, but I did want to ask you if you've heard anything at all about a motive potentially in this case. Is there any information you can share with us tonight as to what motivated this gunman yesterday?
We do not have any idea, at least none that I've been told. We do know that the suspect has a history of acting as if there were a mental health challenge for him. And so the best I can guess at this moment, it might be related to the state of mind of the suspect.
And before we let you go, any plans in that city to honor the victims that we should be aware of and get the word out about that tonight?
I know that there's a vigil that will be coming up on Thursday. We called a special council meeting for tomorrow night, and so we'll be hearing from members of our community about how they're processing the events tomorrow night. So the next 2 evenings, we will have some events in Boulder.
Mayor Weaver, again, we thank you for your time. We know this is a difficult moment for not only your community, but for the nation. So thank you for coming on and sharing the very latest, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks for having me.